System. I don't know. Why don't you plot a list where I can do it in order? And let me see if this is one where we have
Rugae of hard plate.
hard palate.
Hard palate.
But it does look like that. Okay, the Rugae. I'm not seeing the salivary glands show up very well. Is this Miss Ramey's? Yeah. Okay, that'd be why. All right. What we have is we have the top part, the ridges in the top part of the palate. Those are the rugae. Rugae means fold. Okay. Next, I think you have oral vestibule. That's the space between the teeth and the gums, bottom and top. Okay. You know the teeth. You know the tongue. There's a little thing that holds the tongue down called the lingual frenulum, which is here. What's next on your list there? Cole, can you tell me?
The masseter.
The masseter is a big cheek muscle here. This cat does not have salivary glands that show up very well, so just looking to see. We'll have to see those on another cat. I don't like the way these are showing up. And it's Miss Ramey's cat, so I don't want to chop the other side. So I won't. Sometimes it shows up. Sometimes they show up really well, but not on this one. Okay, so we're going to skip the salivary glands. What's next? The esophagus, you already saw. That was behind the trachea. Here. Okay. And it takes food down to the stomach. And so my guess is your stomach is the next thing we're supposed to see.
Greater and lesser omentum.
Right. Greater and lesser omentum are next? Okay. The stomach has two curves. This one's called the lesser curvature. This one's called the greater curvature. This connective tissue stuck here with the fat in it is called the lesser omentum, because see how it's stuck in the lesser omentum of the stomach? And the greater omentum has mainly been removed in this cat. It usually hangs down like an apron over this entire area, but it's gone. Sorry about that, not my fault. Not even my cat, but it has a great reproductive system for male. All right. Next, if you cut open the stomach, we should probably find parts of the stomach. The stomach has a region here that's flat. That's called the fundus. Most of it's the body. The tail part's called the pyloric region. If you cut open a stomach, you'll see that it's folded. Now, Miss Ramey cuts hers different than mine. I don't usually cut stomachs this way. But you see how there are folds in here in the stomach. And those are called the rugae of the stomach. The liver is this great big thing right here. Okay.
And the stuff that allows the stomach to stretch.
Exactly. Like those punch balloons that you can blow up. So with the liver, you have two medial lobes, two lateral lobes, and a little tail-like lobe at the back. This one that contains the gallbladder is called the right medial lobe. This one is the left medial lobe. This great big one is the left lateral lobe. This kind of small one is the right medial lobe. And then the one that's kind of tail-like at the very bottom.
You mean the right lateral lobe?
Thank you, right lateral lobe. This is the caudate right here. Okay? All right, caudate lobe. Next we have the falciform ligament. The falciform ligament runs directly into the falciform ligament, and supposedly just the loose edge is one and the other one's considered falciform. But see, it helps support the liver by connecting it to the diaphragm. And so that's what that is. The gallbladder is that green thing. The neck of the gallbladder you can sometimes see. You can in this one. It's kind of wrinkled up. But anyhow, the neck of the gallbladder is called the cystic duct. And that and the liver are squirting bile into the common bile duct, which is here, this green thing going into the intestine. See it right there? That green thing. Now, also contributing is the pancreas. Here's the pancreas. It's always an unimpressive organ, in my way of thinking, for what all it does. But that's it right here. This, you can see connective tissue kind of holding it together, but it's that brown tissue-y looking stuff. And then we have the spleen. Now, the spleen is actually considered to be part, of course, of the immune system, but we just study it here now that we've got that, and there's no need to open up the entire body cavity to see the spleen otherwise. But like I said, it's immune, but we still study it here. Small intestine. And this is all small intestine. Now, as far as parts of the small intestine, There are three parts, as you might remember. The first part's the duodenum, or duodenum, then there's the jejunum, and then there's the ileum. You can't really tell what's what, but what you can tell is you can tell the part here coming from the stomach. Here's the caloric region of the stomach. This part right here is going to be the duodenum, okay? And it turns into the jejunum magically somewhere along here. So we don't even have that on the list. And you can tell that the part that's toward the end is going to be ileum. And most, as you might remember, of the intestine is considered ileum. And here is the ileum coming in to this large intestine. See, here's the large intestine or colon right here. See that? And you see how there's this kind of blind end pouch where they join together? I always think it looks a bit like a turtle head. That's a lymphatic component right there. But right here, that little thing is called the cecum. Now, if you cut open the cecum, see that weird little valve in there? That little thing that's sticking up? That's called a papilla. And there's a hole there. That's the hole that squirts material from the small intestine into the large intestine. It's not juicy. Well, there you go. So, as it contracts, it's going to squirt materials into the large intestine. All right, that's the ileocecal valve. Then you have the colon. The only other thing I remember being on the list is this called the mesocolon. And this was connective tissue that was holding the colon in place so it doesn't hang down against the body wall.
So in a cat